Hello everyone, welcome to the IMS BBA YouTube channel. Today we are just 30 days away from JEPMAT. Let us see what should be the ideal preparation plan for this next 30 days. In this video, we will be discussing the previous year's paper pattern, also the cutoff for the past year for both IIM Bodh Gaya as well as IIM Jammu, and the ideal preparation plan for each and every section for the next 30 days. Starting with the paper pattern. In JEPMAT, we have three sections: quants, logical reasoning and verbal, where in quants and logical reasoning you have 33 questions each, and in verbal you have 34 questions. Now, in total you have 100 questions. Important thing to note, the total time available for this test is 150 minutes. Now, if you consider IPMAT Indore or IPMAT Rohtak, in IPMAT Rohtak, you have 120 questions and you have only 120 minutes, which gives you only 1 minute per question. In IPMAT Indore, you have a verbal section where you have 45 questions and only 40 minutes, which is less than 1 minute per question. Even if you take any other entrance test, you usually end up with 1 minute per question or less than 1 minute. This is a test where for each question, ideally you have more than a minute available. So, next, the marking scheme. Similar to IPMAT Indore and IPMAT Rohtak, you get +4 for every correct answer and -1 for every wrong. Now, there is no sectional time limit in this examination. Yes, you do have sectional cutoff for each of the colleges, but those sectional cutoffs are very low. Now, this brings us to the overall cutoff or the overall score where students were able to secure a seat in IIM Bodh Gaya and IIM Jammu. Speaking about IIM Bodh Gaya, they released the cutoff in two particular categories where you have gender neutral seats and you have seats which were reserved for female. Now, for both this particular type of seats, you have different cutoffs for each and every category. In IIM Jammu, again there are two separate cutoffs, one for male and one for female. I would advise you to pause the video for 1 minute and take a screenshot of this table so that you have your goal or a target in mind before you start taking the mocks. Now, important point to note here that last year in IIM Jammu, there was no male from general category selected. The wait list score overall for the general category male for the last male was 311 marks. So, in both these tests, for the general category especially, the cutoffs are very high overall. Now, the strategy to ace this exam. Like I said, in this exam, you have enough time to get the questions done. So, this exam is not an exam of speed, but an exam which is purely based on your accuracy. Now, because there is no sectional time limit and very low sectional cutoff, you can actually focus on your strengths. And after focusing on your strengths, make sure to score big in those particular sections, which will boost your overall score. Overall, your target should be scoring more than 350 in this particular examination. Now, ideal attempts, out of 100, you should aim to attempt more than 95 questions, but with a very high accuracy of 90%. Now, you should take 5 SIM JEPMAT mocks. That is a minimum number. Ideally, you should take all the mocks which are available to you. After taking a mock, is our work done? No. After you have taken a mock, you need to thoroughly analyze each and every mock. Inside a mock, go through each and every section, each and every question, identify your mistakes, make a plan to work on those mistakes, and that is how you can make your preparation way better compared to others, and this will also give you a competitive edge on the main day. Now, let us look at each and every section. In quants, from the arithmetic module, you get 7 to 12 questions across percentages, ratio, proportion, averages, profit loss, time, speed, distance, time and work. Again, these questions are very easy and you can aim at 100% accuracy, getting all of them right across this module. Then you have 5 to 6 questions from numbers. Again, 100% accuracy can be maintained. From geometry, you actually get 8 to 9 questions where some of the questions are slightly tricky. So 95% is an ideal accuracy for these questions. In modern math, again, you have 4 to 7 questions across permutation, combination, probability, sequence and series and such topics. In algebra, you get 4 to 5 questions again. Now, in the verbal ability section, in reading comprehension, we have 4 to 8 questions where you can expect an accuracy of 90%. Parajumbles, you have 2 questions. Idioms, every year we see 2 to 4 questions. Grammar, which is the major part of their verbal section, 11 to 12 questions which are based on the basic concepts of grammar. Now, antonyms, synonyms, you have 3 to 6 questions. If you have very good vocabulary and if you have been building your vocabulary since the beginning, you should ideally get 100% of these questions right. If not, still 95% is manageable. Speech, direct to indirect, indirect to direct, you have 2 to 3 questions. Again, you have 4 to 6 separate questions on vocabulary also apart from this antonyms and synonyms. Then active and passive voice, you have 2 to 3 questions. Overall, verbal is a section where you have some kind of subjectivity which goes on, because students many a time face this where out of 4, 2 wrong options can be eliminated very easily, but they are stuck between the 2 questions. So hence, for reading comprehension or para jumbles or even grammar, 90% is an ideal accuracy. If you can get more than 90% accuracy, it's an awesome job. Now, let us look at the DILR section. In data interpretation, you get graphs where either the graphs are of the line chart or they are bar graphs, or you get pie chart or you get tables. You have 7 to 9 questions across 3 to 4 different charts where ideally you can get 100% accuracy because they are basic calculation based questions. Now, analogy, series, coding, decoding, you have 8 to 9 questions. Make sure you're doing enough practice of these questions. Puzzles, 8 to 11 questions. Arrangements, very few questions compared to your IPMAT Rohtak, where in arrangements there are like 11 plus questions. Here you only have 2 to 4 questions in arrangements. Verbal reasoning, like inference based on critical thinking, you have 3 to 4 questions. Again, because of the subjectivity, 90% accuracy is ideal for this kind of questions. Every year in the past, there has been one question which was on Venn diagram in JEPMAT. Now, what should be the plan for the next 30 days? First, let's break it into 4 weeks. In the first week, make sure to write your SIM JEPMAT mock. Just write the first mock. After you have written the mock, based on your score, just thoroughly analyze each and every section. Identify which chapters are going wrong for you. Which chapters you got the sums right, but you took more time than it should have been ideally taken. After you have noted down all these things, for the next 6 days in week 1, daily you must practice 30 questions on quants. In LR, you should practice 35 questions. In verbal, you should practice 40 questions. During this practice, you need to make sure that you are trying to get most of the questions right, and with a time limit if you are doing this, so you can keep a higher time limit compared to what you would do for your IPMAT Rohtak. But again, for this, accuracy is way more important. So in that time limit, make sure that whatever questions you are solving, you are doing them right. Week 2, week 3, we again repeat the same process as week 1, because in this 3 week, we would be able to cover all the revision for each and every topic and do enough sums as practice. In verbal, important point which I would like to make here is that make sure every day you are learning 15 to 20 new words, so that you are also building your vocabulary, which will help you in vocabulary as well as antonym synonym kind of question. Now, which brings us to final week, 1 week before the examination. On the first day, again on a Monday, you write a mock. After you have written a mock, you are done with the analysis. On Tuesday and Wednesday, you should sit with all the previous 4 mocks together. This time, you have enough data to identify in a particular section which chapters are not working for you, which chapters you are getting consistently right, in which section you are actually scoring higher compared to others in less time, in which section you're giving more time but your accuracy is not helping, and in this you can find a ideal strategy for yourself, and this strategy will actually help you score very high on the main day. Now you can also take help of your mentors to refine this strategy. On Tuesday and Wednesday, once you have created a basic strategy, on Thursday write the next SimGPMAT mock. This time use that strategy in this mock and see the difference in your scores. There are three scenarios. One, your score will be the highest out of all the mocks, which means that the strategy is ideally working. Second, you are seeing very slight increase or there is no change in your score, which means that the strategy is okay. How it was working for the last four, it is working, but it is not helping you boost the score. Third scenario, you actually end up, so few students face this, that after having a strategy, when they give the mock first time using that strategy, they end up scoring little bit low compared to all the previous mocks also. This means that your strategy may not be wrong, but it needs some refinement or tweaks in that particular way. So after you have given this mock, you have analyzed and identified based on your scenario on Friday and Saturday, just finalize your main strategy. Also during this 2 days, you should make sure that you are revising and recapping each and every mistakes and all the topics during the entire day. Now, it brings us to the last day of this 30-day plan. I advise this to all my students that your last day should be a rest day. You should get a good 8 hours sleep before the test. You should eat good food, drink enough water, be stress free, have some faith and confidence in your preparation. If in the past 29 days you have been following this plan and you have been working diligently and honestly, you have done your work. Have confidence that you know in each and every section what you need to do. And that's the reason that the last week we were just working on a strategy. Now, just have faith, go with a stress-free mind in the paper and ace this examination. So, if you have any more doubts regarding JEPMAT, cutoff or regarding any other colleges, feel free to post a comment in this video. Our team will definitely get back to you. All the best for each and every examination.